I just got this new Colt 1911. I told you before in the past videos, I have good luck with Colts when it comes to 1911s. I don't know. I just have better luck with them. I mean, I've had Springfields, Kimbers, Rock On Armory. I mean, you name it, man. My memory's bad. I've had probably 6 other brands too, and the 1911. On the most reliable experience that I've ever had was with the Colts. Now, some people will tell you they've had bad experience with Colts, and they have good experience with Kimbers. You know, it depends on the kind of gun you get. It depends on your luck on that gun, how that gun is. You know, they're not like Glocks. When you buy a 1911, it's just, from what I can see, you're like this, holding, you know, crossing your fingers, hoping you get a good one. You get a good one, they run fantastic. You know, they're just as reliable as any other gun. But man, when you get a bad one, whew, really pisses you off, because it's a real expensive gun. But thankfully, we got a good one. Now this is a Colt Defender. This is the new Colt Defender, as you can see. It's black. Normally the Colt Defenders are the stainless, which I've had that one before. I was very happy with it, and it was one of those things where a friend of mine wanted it, and at the time I was willing to let that one go. I really didn't want to sell it because it ran good, and it didn't give me any problems whatsoever. But I wanted something else really, really bad, and I did exchange with him. But he's very happy with it. So I seen this new version pop up, and I looked in our distributor, and they had one left, and they had one available, as I mean. And I said, damn, you know what, I'm gonna grab it, see if I like it. So far, check it out. We got 500 rounds out of the box. 500 rounds out of the box on this little 1911 9mm. Not one single malfunction. It doesn't eject the brass as great as I would like it to, but you know what, I'm not going to complain. As long as it doesn't jam or malfunction or stovepipe or anything like that, the gun's doing its job. Glocks spoil you. Glocks extract very uniformly. Every single brass extracts the same exact angle. I mean, you could put a bucket over here and shoot your Glock and fill it up. I mean, that's how nice they extract. I don't know why 1911s in general, believe it or not, don't have that uniform extraction, unless you get one that just happens to run that way. I think I've had one. It was the Ed Brown. But sometimes they'll go this way, sometimes they'll go straight up, sometimes they'll go up over your head, but it's not jamming, it's not malfunctioning. So I just, you know, with this kind of gun, I just give that a pass. Let's make it safe. I want to tell you what I don't like about it. Stupid things. The white, it had a white up-close self-defense sight on the front, and in the center of the sight is a tritium glow-in-the-dark, you know, tritium night sight, and all the white paint popped off. So these used to be a nice big bright white with a tritium in the middle. Now it's just black with tritium in the middle. I mean, it's not, you know, awful, but I think the gun's a little too new for that to happen. But that's cosmetic. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's something I could probably fix, or I'm sure Colt will send me another sight. I'll probably try to fix it. The other thing is, the magazines really don't spit out. So when you hit the mag release, that's about as far as it comes out. You got to assist it a little bit. I told Colt, you get 2 magazines with it. So I told Colt, and they're sending me 2 free mags. They said it shouldn't do that. How do I know it's not the gun? Because I got another magazine from the gun shop I'm at and put it in, and it spit it right out. So it's not the frame of the gun. There's nothing out of spec in here. It's just these magazines have some kind of, right here, some kind of belly. It's swelling out a little bit. But I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't have, they're still smooth. They go in smooth, but you just got to, you know, pull them. But other than that, I'm real happy. They're the two things that I didn't like. So they're both stupid problems, okay? So loving it. As you can see, I've been carrying it. The bluing is already coming off here. It's already coming off here. But I love this little Colt Defender. And to me, 500 rounds of Lawman, American Eagle, and PMC, and Spear Gold Dots without a hiccup, we're off to a great start. Oh, one more thing. Disassembling it can be a pain. Sometimes when you pull the pin out and then you pull the slide off, it takes a couple attempts to do it. You got to go back and forth a couple times. But the more I shoot it, the more I take it apart, the easier the slide's starting to come off. See, you would think a guy like me, stuff like that would bother me. It does bother me, but stuff like that don't make me sell a gun. What makes me sell a gun is when I know it's not reliable. That is a huge turnoff. So that's just stupid shit, and I know that kind of stuff works its way out. But as long as it keeps shooting and it, it doesn't start hiccuping or anything like that, I'm loving this. Beautiful, extra thin, ultra thin VZ Colt grips. They're dark cherry wood with the black grain in them, and they're the ultra thin grips. Which once you get used to these, and then you put other grips on it, this feels so fantastic. It's so narrow, and these are real dry, and they have a lot of traction. So when you sweat, they don't get slippery. So these grips are fantastic. The only thing is, every time you're done shooting, you got to keep tightening up your screws. So what I did was I put blue Loctite on there for the second time, and this time it doesn't seem like they're getting loose. Usually if you just go like this and try to wiggle them around, you'll hear them move, but they're not moving now. So I don't think I put enough on it the last time. But that's it. It's a 9mm, has a bull barrel, no bushing. The recoil is outstanding. The new Colt Defender has a new recoil system in it. So it has a little bit less recoil than the original model. It has a Cerakote frame on the bottom. The black on the top, I know it's not bluing. I forget what the frick it is. It's what they always use. I forget what they call it. But the frame on the bottom is Cerakote. That's pretty cool. I like the skeletonized trigger guard. That is aluminum. The bottom is alloy. I'm not crazy about alloy frames, but the way the bullets feed into the chamber, it barely touches the frame because it has a throated barrel. And then Colt's barrels, they have that extra scallop in there for hollow points, which I always admired. Watch this. Hello? Who is it? No, who's this? I'm sure. I always donate. I already donate money to the organization. Thank you very much. Really? All right. I gotta be nice to that one. Oh God, people. All right. What was I saying? Oh, the trigger. The trigger is excellent. It's got a fantastic trigger. See that? Little bit of creep, just like any other 1911. Okay, as soon as you apply pressure, you'll feel a little bit of smoothness and then a clean break. And of course, after 500 rounds, the trigger is going to feel even like 20% better because the trigger polishes itself when you're shooting it. So, so far so good. 500 rounds, 0 defects. If you guys are interested in the new Colt Defender, this is it. She's a beauty.